Uber microphones. So the morning chores are pretty simple. I just feed the fish and water the seedlings. I got some fish food over here. We're trying to find a new supplier because this is not the biggest bag, as you can see, and they eat it pretty quick. Finding a new fish food supplier is pretty more difficult than we thought. We're looking into making our own fish food. Seems like it could be pretty easy, but we haven't tried it yet. I'll show you the lettuce real quick. It's in a temporary setup as we're still working on this other room here, which we'll show you later. Watch your step. So these are called zip grow towers. They're made by a company out in Cornwall. We just have them set up temporarily, growing about 50 heads of lettuce right now, maybe 45 or something. Got our grow lights here. Come closer. They're growing in this nutrient solution. So there's these nozzles here. They're dripping water onto this membrane, and the roots of the lettuce, this is romaine lettuce, even though it looks kind of like dandelion leaves, the roots of this lettuce are squeezed in here, and the nutrient solution drips down through here before getting pumped back up and around and around and around. Some of these are not doing so well. Some of them are growing up and out. It's our first batch, so we're still learning how to set things up well. But these ones don't have any cloth. This white cloth here that's dripping the nutrient solution through. That's why they're dying. These ones obviously, they have it nicely overlapped all the way through, so they're all looking pretty good. But this one too, this ends here, as you can see. This one doesn't start till there, so that's a big problem. Now I'll show you where we started with the seedlings and all that stuff. So this is a grow tent. We're trying various methods of starting. This is a rock wool. We're trying to start seeds in there. The seeds in there, and then these will retain the moisture. It can soak them up. Doesn't work so great. We're trying sand too. There's very small sprouts in the sand. Very small sprouts coming up. We have this simple water with some nutrients in it. Spray those. Why we're using the sand is because if it does work, it'll be easier to transplant because the sand will kind of shake off the roots. We won't have as big of a root ball to put into the zip grow towers that we drip the water through. But they just haven't been working as well as our soil-based stuff. So that other lettuce was grown in soil. You can see here, growing some basil. Basil, some nice little shoots there. Soil seems to work a lot better. Surprise, surprise. But it's just, it absorbs more water. It's dirtier when we try to plant it in the towers. That's good. And we ran out of bulbs for growing, so we're not using the grow tent right now because those bulbs are with the other lettuce. Just using the natural sunlight, but because it's Canada, we don't have a lot of that. That's pretty much it for the morning. Just the simple things. I can kind of tell that the pH quality and the ammonia levels are too high because the fish aren't as happy. When we have the water balanced nicely, the fish are going crazy all the time. They're just swimming around. They're a little slower when the water quality is not as good. So we'll need to adjust, clean, etc. the tank to make it a happier place for them. This is our, I don't know, it's not our pride and joy, but this is the room we've worked a lot on, and there's still a lot more to be done. But if you see here, it's very sterile. There's some mud tracked on the floor, but cleaned up nicely. Done some plumbing so that we can do all the growing. If you come in here, you'll see some of our piping is over on this side. This is a UV filter to kill the algae, so there's no algae blooms or anything in the fish tank. And there's a big pump here, etc., etc., so that the fish are happy, the water's good there. Eventually we're going to move the lettuce from the other room. There is a hole here to the holding tanks, which is all plumbed up. So we're going to be bringing water up through here. The whole point of the system is hyper efficiency, so we can grow a lot of produce in a small space. We are doing aquaponics, which means that we're doing hydroponics, which is what's happening over there with the lettuce and the grow towers, and aquaculture, fish farming. So what we're going to do, while they're separate right now, we're going to bring them together, and we're going to get the fish poopy water. There's a lot of ammonia, which will become nitrates once we convert it. We're going to take that water and we're going to use that as our nutrient solution rather than using manufactured nitrogen that we just pour in to the tanks. So we're going to plumb everything together. As you can see, it's kind of starting. So we already have some pumps running through to keep the water fresh, you know. We're going to use that pump to force water through the entire system so that we can bring the fish water that's been pooped in, which is very nutrient rich. Give that to the plants will absorb all the nutrients, make the water fresh and clean, send it back to the fish. Fish grow, poop more, plants more, grow.
Plants more grow.
Fish grow more, they poop more. Plants grow more, they clean more. And it's a beneficial cycle for the ages. So, it's our lovely room. Grow rack 3, lights. Grow rack 2, lights. Grow rack 1. Getting pretty great. We're going to take these lights and reposition them so that we can have them facing the lettuce directly. Lettuce grows out. Anyhow, this is the grow room. It's not in operation yet, but we're getting close.
So have you guys eaten any of this stuff yet?
Not this, but we actually did. Our first crop was really bad and it grew very, very small, like this much. So we just picked little leaves out and cheersed each other and ate it. It was really tasty, it just didn't grow very well. So this is doing a lot better.
I can't remember what I asked.
Ask me if the lettuce, if we tested for poison.
Okay, do you test the lettuce for poison?
No, we don't test the lettuce. Why would it be poisonous?
I don't know. Tell me.
No, see, the lettuce, all it has in it, well, especially by the time everything's set up, it's just going to be fish poop that goes into another tank with a bubbler and a media. So basically just fish fertilizer into the lettuce.
So I guess it depends on
it's very natural. Yeah, you don't want to eat an unhealthy fish, but its poop is still great fertilizer, regardless of how healthy the fish is. But yeah, the fish are great. And that, my friends, is Uber Micro Farms.